Now, what happened today should not come as a surprise to anyone. We all knew that this was going to happen. We all knew the plan was to push their agenda, bring down the market, make Trump look weak, and bring us into a recession. Is it over? Not yet. Remember, Trump and the Patriots, they already knew the central bank economic playbook. They already knew what they were trying to do. They're allowing this to happen. If you really think about it, what just happened? The markets came down, and they came down quite a bit. And if you really look at it globally, about 2.5 trillion in value has been lost. Again, this is on paper. But how do you deflate a bubble? Trump and the Patriots knew this. They knew the entire system was heating up. How do you turn things around and ask for an interest rate cut, ask for stimulus, have the ability to reinflate the markets and everything else to keep the economy looking great? You need to deflate the central bank bubbles. Remember, we're in a central bank system. Trump and the Patriots, they need to play by their rules. Now, the mainstream media, they're going to be pushing very, very hard, and they're going to be pushing the recession angle. They've done this before. This is not the first time. We know this. And they're hoping that this whole thing comes completely apart, which will weaken Trump. Because remember, we're headed into the 2020 elections. Now, there are many individuals out there that are hoping for a recession. We have Ben Rhodes. He was part of the Obama administration. He tweeted out the following: do the American people really want Donald Trump to manage this recession that's coming? So he's already convinced that there's a recession coming, and Trump is going to have to handle it. Trump tweeted out quite a bit today, and he responded not in a way that everyone would think he would respond. A lot of people were hoping that he was saying, oh, don't worry, there's no recession coming. Oh, don't worry. But that's not what he did. And that's not his strategy. This is his first tweet. Saudi Arabia and Russia are arguing over the price and flow of oil. That and the fake news is the reason for the market drop. He continued, good for the consumer. Gasoline prices coming down. Now, why did Trump respond in this fashion? He's stripping out that everything is about to change. What we are seeing is a great restructuring of the economic system. Think about a corporation that is bankrupt. The United States, the amount of debt and what has been going on over the many, many years, it's really bankrupt. He is now restructuring a bankrupt country. And when I say bankrupt, I mean the central bank system bankrupted the entire country because of the debt load. When he restructures his businesses, or anyone restructures their businesses, what happens? They're called dark days. A lot of people are laid off. A lot of plants or whatever locations are closed down to make the company profitable. Trump right now, using the event, is restructuring the economic system, and not just the United States, but globally. It's allowing him to restructure everything and to show the world why the globalist model does not work. Now, think about this. In Europe, who are they dependent on? They're dependent on China, their supply chain. Europe is now conceding that the time to break dependence on China has come. French finance minister said we have to decrease our dependence on a couple of large powers, in particular China, for the supply of certain products, and strengthen our sovereignty in strategic value chains like cars, aerospace, medicines. European officials are now looking at the global supply chains that feed EU consumers and critical industries. They're reassessing all their supply chains. Why? Because they're realizing when you're in this type of an event, it is a disaster for them. Now let's think logically. We are watching an economic transition in progress. It's a restructuring. Supply chains are being reworked. Globalism is exposed. Centralization is exposed. Europe is shifting away from China, ready to reestablish new supply chains. Countries are no longer dependent on China for rare earth minerals. The U.S. is now starting to mine rare earth minerals, which supports technology. U.S. is energy independent. The price of oil is coming down, which means we're going to detach from the petrodollar system. Gold is rising. The central bank is exposed. Nothing can stop this. This was already pre-planned. What else was pre-planned? The exposure of the Fed. Now, out in Forbes, they had an article and it said the Fed has rendered itself impotent. And Trump, every single day, and especially with this event, he is going to show why the Fed and the central bank establishment is absolutely worthless. The Fed, they didn't react fast enough. They didn't stop the market from falling. They're really not doing anything. And Trump, he is holding meetings to discuss economic stimulus. He's meeting with Wall Street executives, meeting with certain individuals, and they're looking to create a stimulus package. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, wait a minute, he's working with the central banks. No, if you really understand and really look what he's doing here, he's driving the central bank establishment into the ground, using everything they have. This is not going to benefit the central bank establishment. He's setting them up. I mean, think about it. Why did Trump wait and allow the markets to fall? He has the magic wand. Who is the leader? Who is the follower? Trump once tweeted out that the Fed shouldn't follow, they should lead. So the Fed is the follower. Optics are very important. The leader, which is Trump, is about to step in. The leader is about to instruct the follower how to run the economy. The Fed did nothing. They sat by. They only did a 0.5 point emergency rate cut and didn't do anything else. Trump is now stepping in. So let's just summarize for a second what happened in the past and bring it to the present. Now, the central bank, they tried to crash the economy between 2016 and 2018 by raising the rates. In 2019, Trump put the kibosh on that and the rates were frozen. And then the rates started to decline. At the end of 2019, since the rates were declining and they didn't have that push to have the rates move up, they needed another way to bring the economy down. So the central bank, the mainstream media all together, tried to push many articles saying that a recession is coming. Indicators look like there's a recession. It's going to happen in the year of 2020. That failed. Now the central bank and the rest, the elites and the rest, they are using the latest event to crash the economy in 2020. They've been pushing fear, panic. They brought the market down. They're trying to bring it down as far as they possibly can to weaken Trump. But the Patriots knew the playbook. They knew that this was going to happen, and they let it happen. They wanted them to deflate the market, deflate the bubbles. Why? Because this allowed for the restructuring, the great transition. It showed the world that the globalist model, these supply chains that you depend on, you cannot depend on them when this type of situation occurs. And now, what is everyone doing? They're looking at this and they're saying, we need to change this. And at the right moment, and that moment is coming very, very soon, Trump and the Patriots, they're going to be ready to strike. The 2020 economy crash is going to fail, just like all the others. When the markets rise and the economy recovers, how will Trump be perceived at that point? Remember what Obama said, that he was the one responsible for the economy today. He's the one who started it all out when he was president. What did Trump just do with this entire market crash, with this entire push by the central bank, the deep state, and the rest? he has detached Obama from all of this, because now we have the market come down. Everyone's saying the economy is on the edge. When Trump brings this back, can Obama claim that this is his economy? No. Who can claim that he single-handedly took an economy that was crashing and turned it around? Trump. How will he be perceived once he does this? The savior of the U.S. economic system. Everything the central bank, everything the mainstream media, everything they're trying to do right now is not going to work. The entire thing is going to be turned on them. And this is just the beginning. Just wait for it. Remember, who has the magic wand? Trump does. He understands how the game is played, and he's playing it. He's not weak right now. He's strong. Remember Sun Tzu, The Art of War. What was that quote? The quote was, "Appear weak when you are strong, and strong when you are weak." He's appearing weak right now. Those that are pushing this recession, they believe they're in a position of strength. They are not. Everything is about to change. Nothing can stop what's coming.